So we got a call for some sort of side-by-side out at the dunes. They say they're about halfway between the lower dunes and the cottonwood trees. I think they wrecked it and broke one of the wheels off. So we got the trailer. We're gonna head out there and see if we can get it loaded up and get them out of there. We got Max and Lady. Max is so excited he can barely contain himself.
You've been making me want to start a tow company. Any advice?
If you're wanting to start a tow company, I would do a lot of research and see if there's a need for it in your area. If you're thinking of specifically doing off-road recovery, I can't imagine a scenario where that would support a family. The work that I do, we do a really high volume of it comparatively, and it's not enough to run a business off from. So the tow company is my business, and the off-road portion is like 2% of my business. So let's do some research and see if you can do it. It's just like any other business. If there's a need for it and you run it well, you can do okay. If there's a need for it and you run it poorly, it's not going to work out for you. Max came from the pound, Lady came from the pound, so I don't know how pure their breeding is. I'm sure it's not. And I should know how old Lady is, but I can't remember, and I don't know how old Max is. He was a little older when I got him.
I agree you should chain up for more efficiency, but then your videos wouldn't have been so long. Maybe, no judging.
Yeah. We are not good at chaining up. I've put the chains, I have chained up probably 8 to 10 tires total in my entire life. So we just don't have a lot of snow here. So all of my tire skill is in choosing the right tires for sand. Everything else I just kind of wing.
Maybe explain that we have to drive to the snow and we're only in the snow for 8 minutes.
Yeah, so if I'm driving 25 miles to get to somebody that's stuck there 100 feet off the road in snow, it's just not worth it for me to chain up. And I know if some of you guys were with me, you'd have my Jeep chained up in 5 minutes, and maybe it would be worth it then, but then maybe not. You know, some of these jobs that seem kind of tedious where I didn't chain up, I'm still there less than 5 minutes getting them out. So if you can cut that chain up to like 2 or 3 minutes, then we can talk.
Why aren't any of the rental cars prepared for snow?
The same reason no car in LA is prepared for snow, or Las Vegas. They're not going to have winter tires. They're not going to come with any recovery equipment. You're going to be lucky if there's a jack in there still. So I have a flag that I keep on my Jeep all the time, and it's required in off-road areas like state parks and sand dune recreation areas. It's just a safety device. So if you're down low, your flag will stick up above the dune and give someone a little bit more time to see you. So they're required. It's not worth it to take off and on. There's a lot of airing up, and my safety flag, they're not worth taking off and on. I'm not going to add 20 minutes to every job, setting up and tearing down and setting up and tearing down. I leave my Jeep ready to go all the time.
Does Matt do most of his pulls in 4 low or 4 high?
Oh, I get that question all the time. What am I in? I am always, if I'm working, I am always in 4 low. And the reason that is because that's what my gearing is optimized for, and it takes the stress off the transmission. So I've got 209,000 miles on this transmission. It's not showing any signs of problems, and I never make it work in high range when we're off-road.
Maybe a good replacement for the XJ would be an M816 5-ton wrecker.
All right, I get that a lot too. You should get a military 5-ton wrecker, or some 6x6, or Bob a 6x6 to 4x4. They're too big to fit in a lot of the areas I go in. They're not great on the narrow 4x4 trails, and they're slow. I can't drive them. I can't get in it and drive 50 miles. It's not economical. There's so many reasons why those won't work. Got to remember not to breathe into the nose. I'm over here. You want to come over and run just kind of steer it and put it in neutral. So who was riding in this?
I was.
You heard it all, or
No.
just shook up a little? Did it go over? It looks like it did.
Yeah, it toppled over there. You want them back up, right?
What's that? Just put it in neutral. Okay, turn pretty hard to the right, if you can. Let's see what we're looking at over here. Okay.
Is that a GoPro Fusion?
I'm not sure.
08, I think.
Okay, a little to the left. A little more to the left. Okay, just. What's that? Okay, go ahead and put it in park and you can climb out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a hold of something further up though. Okay, let's get this back out of gear, put it in neutral. Perfect. I think that's what we're gonna need. Okay, are we almost touching? Let's go back a little bit more, a little bit more. More, a little bit more. Whoa, whoa. Right there. Okay, that's good enough to get us out of the dunes. So we got up there and got it loaded up easy enough and hauled out of there without any trouble.